Hey y'all, it's K Cash. I'm here today to do a review for the games that people play. Alright, so first of all, I just want to say that I really enjoy the show. I love shows with mystery. Um, and Lauren London, she's like one of my favorite actresses. So first it starts off in 2009. We see Kareem and his mentor coach or whoever. This is season 1, episode 6. I know I gotta catch up on all the rest of them, but I have seen them, but you know. So it's 2000. This is like a flashback episode. So it starts off in like 2009, and you see a scene where Kareem and Coach, they're talking, playing basketball. You know, apparently back in 2012, 2013, Kareem was the basketball star and Marcus was a walk-on because they met each other in college. They shared the same dorm room. You know, you can see in the show where Kareem was the one that, you know, came from humble beginnings. You know, he had the noodles, you know, hey man, this shrimp can, you know, shrimp can is good. And then you see Marcus is like, I don't eat no noodles, you know, I'm gonna take you to go get some burgers, you know, let's go get some burgers. He's like, hey man, if you paying, I'm coming. If it ain't free, it ain't for me, you know. So, but one thing with Marcus, did y'all see like no beard? So I'm wondering, like, is that one of them lace beards? You know, them little fake beards they be putting on. I mean, it looks good on him, but it's no way they could have. I mean, it would be. I don't know. But so y'all let me know if y'all think that's one of those lace beards, and like, would you want a man with a real lace beard? Like, I know, you know, I know we women, we have our insecurities, but like, I did not know that I thought men always just said, fuck it, it's me, you know, accept me for me. But hey, it's whatever you want to do. You know, you want to change your style up, change your look up, it's nothing wrong with that. So anyway, so they go get some burgers, and then we go to the scene of Vanessa and Nina. Now, I like Nina. She's a really cool person, and it shows them in college. They were not friends at first, and it seems like they went in to take a test of some sort, and Nina came in and she was like with these flyers saying that she's gonna do a walkout at 12, and I don't know if it was a test. Like, at first I thought it was a test because I saw the SAT thing on the back, and then I was wondering, like, okay, so y'all in college, I didn't know they had those type of seats in college. But anywho, it just depends on what kind of school you're going to. So we already know that Vanessa was going to school to be a lawyer, and I think Nina always wanted to do the journalism, you know, activism thing. So it shows them, and when I first saw the show, I didn't even think it was a flashback because Vanessa looked the same. Laura London is like, okay, but I guess they changed her hair up a little bit. Okay. So they showed, you know, Nina in the classroom giving out the flyers, and she was like, we're doing a walkout at 12. She was like, well, I'm going to school for pre-med. I don't have time for this, that, and the third. So 12 o'clock comes. Everybody else in the class, they get up, they leave. Everybody gone. Vanessa's sitting there. She was like, oh, if I don't go, you know, I'll be a lame. But if I stay, you know. So she get up and she leave. And Nina come out and said, I knew you would do it. You know, I thought that was so cool. And that's how they met each other. Then it also goes to the scene of Layla when she was younger. Either in, like, they had 3 different times. Like, they had 2009, they had 2012 and they had 2013. So I think either this was Layla in 2012, and she was in high school, and you know all the girls would always pick on her. And this one guy, you know, he was like, "Let me help you with that. Don't worry about them." So they go to the library, and they're studying, and she's telling him some information, and he, you know, he's digging it, really. So he invites her to a party, like, "Hey, let's I got this party I want you to come with me to." And she was like, "Okay, cool, I'll come to the party." So she goes to the party, and I guess, you know, they were having fun, and he takes her outside, you know, and takes her to the side of the building, and you know they have sex unwantedly. She didn't want to, so he, like, I guess, you know, raped her. So then it flashes back now to 2013, to the scene where Marcus, his mentor, and, like, I guess this other gambling dude, he wants him to do something, a bet or something. I skipped that, I forgot that part, but it was something about a bet, and Kareem asked Marcus if, you know, if he would help him with it, and he was like, sure. So then it jumps again. It shows how Laura London and Kareem's girlfriend, what is her name? Quanisha. Quanisha was in college with him as well, and she knew that he was a basketball star. So so Vanessa and Marcus, they're in the dorm room, they're making out, and Vanessa, she went to school in Connecticut while, you know, he went to school in California. So Kareem and Quanisha bust in the door, and, you know, he was like, "Well, what you doing in here? You know, you were supposed to be." He was like, and Marcus was like, "Man, I thought you were gonna let me, you know, have the room." And Vanessa was like, "Well, I came all the way from Connecticut. I flew from Connecticut." And Quanisha, from that point, you can even tell that they really didn't mesh. But I don't even think Quanisha even give a girl a chance. You know, she just know her man is the star. And she was like, "Well, we can fly." And Kareem was like, "How we gonna fly?" "Well, you know, she rode the bus." You know what I'm saying? So we could get a hotel. That's what Quanisha said, because Vanessa was like, "Well, we could just get a hotel." And and Kareem, and that's when Quanisha was like, "They can get a hotel." And Kareem was like, "Hell no, we can't get no hotel. What you?" "No, we can't get no hotel." So in that scene, I think Vanessa and Marcus, they walk out, they leave. But it's clear to see that, you know, Marcus was the man, you know. And then it went to the flash when Nina and Vanessa was in a sorority. Hope I'm saying it right. Sorority. And it seems like Nina convinced Vanessa to be in the sorority. Because she's like, "Girl, come on, like, this is going to help us." You know, Vanessa's like, "I don't understand why I got to sit down here and bow down to these people like that." She was like, and Nina said, "You know, it's going to help us in the future. Don't worry about it." Seems like my eyebrows are not even. I don't know. So anyway, she was like, "So it's going to help us in the future." And they were standing in the line. They had to come out standing in the line. And one of them was Miss Georgia Peach. And then I forgot the other one's name. And they were supposed to go somewhere with the sorority or something. But Vanessa wanted to go to her man's basketball game. And Nina wanted to go to this rally. Wanted to go to this rally for the person that Trayvon Martin rally. So that must have been Was it 2013 when that happened? Maybe that was the 2013 flashback. So they were scared, but they went anyway. So with Vanessa, she goes to the basketball game. It's Vanessa, it's Kareem's mom, and Kareem's girlfriend. And they are just cheering, Kanisha is just like, my man out there, that's my man. And let me see, Kanisha. And so something happens, and Kareem catches a foul. And like they knew that was not like him, and his mama was like, "Don't worry about it, baby. It's okay, it's okay." So he had to actually sit on the bench, and Marcus ended up being the star of the game. And it was so happy. And at that moment, that's when you could tell their life had switched roles, because after they won the game, Vanessa went down and, he hugged her. But then he started having these groupies. Oh, can I have your autograph? Oh, can I have your autograph? And, at that point, I could see Vanessa standing back. And I can imagine how you just have to know your place. Oh. But if I were her, I would have still stayed in law school, because it seemed like they just had a baby. And then with him being what he is, whatever. Just always pursue your own dreams. Like, you are your own person. It's okay to a little time, but it's okay to help someone out, but eventually, make sure you don't forget about your dreams, because you are just as important. But you are a vessel. If you are a vessel to someone, be that vessel to them, but don't forget yourself. So So she stands back, and then it clips over to the part where Kareem is talking to his mom, and she was like, "What happened out there? I don't understand. It's too much of that Marcus King going on, and I don't like it. It's too much of that. You need to go out there and do what you're supposed to do." There was also a scene where the mentor, the coach, and that the bookie man, the look like the gambling man or whatever, he comes in. They're on the stands, and they're upset too. Like, they're mad. So apparently Kareem was supposed to do something with the game to help them win, or he was supposed to score so many points, and he didn't come through on what he was supposed to do. Oh, also, before I leave this out, another thing that was in a scene with Kareem and Marcus was the fact that Coach brought him a brand new car. And it seemed like Kareem was so scared. He was like, what you doing? Man, get this? You trying to mess me up, you know what I'm saying? Like, take this to my mama. Man, but I brought it for you. Like, he was being nice, but too much, you know what I'm saying? He was like, they watching me. So that was in a flashback scene as well with Marcus and Kareem and Coach. So after the game, it shows Kareem walking. Kareem was talking to Coach and the gambler person, and they were telling him, like, man, you messed up. Then the next scene we see Kareem leaving, he's leaving, and the man, what do I call him? The gambling man is in a car, and he runs Kareem over. And Kareem just, my knee. And now we see that's how he injured his knee. That's how he couldn't no longer play basketball. And then that was also the turning point where Marcus started being like this celebrity. He was just a walk-on. Like, what I'm saying? He was majoring in something else, but sometimes that's just how life goes sometimes. You don't really realize it. So they also go back to the scene where Vanessa and Nina go back to the sorority house in the lineup, and they, oh yeah, while Vanessa was at the basketball game, Nina went to the rally, got locked up in jail, and then that guy journalist, the one who was the what was he? He was already in California, and he was like her ex-boyfriend. I didn't know they went to college together too. Who was spying on spied for Vanessa to find out what was going on. So he came and he bailed her out, but I still don't understand. Like, maybe because they were part of the same class, like journalism team or whatever. So he just came and bailed her out. I thought that was nice. Let's see. So then they're in the sorority line. They come back. Nina asks him, "Can you take me to Connecticut? Why did you bail me out?" And then he said, "Can you take me to Connecticut?" So he takes her back to Connecticut, and then we see them in the sorority house in the line again, and then they're being questioned about their actions and where they were, and and then they go upstairs, and I think not Miss Georgia Peach, but the other one, she was like, the sorority sister, she was like, "That was a good game. You went to your boyfriend's game. That was a good game. If he makes it, give me some tickets." Like, dang. Really? Okay, whatever. So they go back upstairs, and that was for that scene. Now, another flashback scene that confuses me, I don't know if it was a flashback scene, but the scene with Layla, well, you could clearly see that they were not having sex, because don't nobody have sex without them damn colors on them. Okay, whatever. But I don't know if that was the present or if that was the past. I guess to show that how she became a prostitute or a hoe or whatever. I don't know if that was her boyfriend, baby daddy. Like, that scene just wasn't clear. That I don't know if it was a flashback or if it was the present, because she was already having like money problems. So I don't understand. So the present time, it really wasn't a really big storyline. The main storyline was the flashbacks, but in present time, Nina's assistant, which I love him so much. I'm gonna know his name next time. I'm so sorry. TJ, I think it's TJ. Yes, TJ. He comes in and they're having that little morning meeting, and Nina's telling him what happened at the party. How Vanessa said the journalism man's name, and TJ was just like, "Well, she probably did it on purpose." And Vanessa and Nina was like, "No, I don't think she did it on purpose." He was like, So she gonna investigate. She gonna check it out or whatever. So she calls Vanessa. When Vanessa comes, to her office, the reason why she thinks Vanessa did it is because she saw that Nina was beginning to be friends with Layla. But that is not true. Layla is like just throwing herself on her, but Layla is doing that for a reason. I think she's trying to set those African men up with the wine bottles, or anything that she does, like viral, she can just kind of like go to Layla first about it, and she'll be the one to put her exclusive stories out. So she want to kind of work with her. I don't think she's trying to do anything vindictive. She's just really trying to get herself exposed like firsthand, and they're both trying to get themselves exposed. But due to the fact that TJ was like, she saw you at the club with Layla and stuff like that, and Vanessa was like, "No, you really think she looked?" And Vanessa's loyalty is to Vanessa, but at the end of the day, if she got to make her money as well, and bring her brand up. So I think it's okay for her to be an associate or something like that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Hold on, sorry y'all. Where was I? Oh yeah, with Vanessa, and Vanessa comes to the office, and you know, she, Nina laid it right there on the table. Hey, did you, call me out in front of a man because of, I went out with Layla? She was like, yes, you are my friend. So she was like, oh, so you have been lurking. You have been looking at my information. She was like, yes, you are my friend. Your loyalty comes to me, and you need to settle this right now. So Nina was like, you know what? I'm going to just settle this right now. So she calls Layla on the phone and tells her, like, look, you slept with my best friend's husband. We are not friends, And she was like, oh, that really didn't mean anything or whatever. And, I'm just trying to, reach out to you. And, basically, Vanessa just was co-signing and hung up on the girl. So then Marcus, in present time, he decides he don't want to go to the game. He don't want to go to his practice today. He wants to stay at home and chill, So he stays home and he plays the video game. He stays home and plays the video game. And Vanessa, she goes out and goes shopping. I like her outfit that she had on. And then Marcus's, I guess, PR representative come to the house and is like, hey, why you didn't come to practice? You don't need to do that while we got this case going on. You need to be present. You need to be up and at them at all times. You don't need to be doing none of that crazy stuff. And, he didn't think that he was a suspect of the murder case that happened. And she was like, look, you ain't, but, we just still need to be 2 steps ahead of this thing. So at the end of the day, she told him, like, look, you need to come to practice, do what you're supposed to do. You don't want to be any type of suspicious. Now, I don't know. I mean, Vanessa says she didn't hurt the girl, but we really don't know what happened to the girl, from the first episode. And then it shows Vanessa coming home finally. Babe, I got you some shoes and they had your size, So that's when he told her, my PR rep told me I needed to get a lawyer, a criminal lawyer. And she was like, and Vanessa was like, oh my God, what do you mean? So then he was like, you need to get you one too. And it went off. So if I missed anything, if I didn't touch on anything, drop it down in the comments and we'll further discuss. Please like and subscribe. I'm K Cash with the review for Games That People Play, Season 1, Episode 6.